Once upon a time, in a quiet little village, there lived a group of very special teddy bears. These weren't just any teddy bears. They were time-traveling teddy bears. You see, these teddy bears had a magical secret. When the moon shone bright and the stars twinkled, they could go on exciting adventures through time. And today was the day of a very special adventure, a teddy bear's picnic through time. The sun was setting, and the sky was painted in shades of orange and pink. The teddy bears gathered under their favorite tree, a big old oak with branches that reached high into the sky. Teddy, the leader of the group, stood up on a little rock and said, "Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's time for our annual Teddy Bears Picnic Through Time. Are you all ready for an incredible adventure?" All the teddy bears cheered with excitement. They had been looking forward to this day all year. Each teddy bear had a tiny backpack filled with yummy teddy bear snacks like honey sandwiches and berry juice. Teddy pressed the button on his watch, and suddenly they were surrounded by a whirlwind of sparkling lights. Whoosh! They were transported back in time to the age of the dinosaurs. Gigantic, roaring creatures roamed the land, and the teddy bears hid behind some ferns, holding their little breaths. It was a breathtaking sight, and they all knew they were in for an amazing adventure. But it wasn't just dinosaurs they encountered. They also met friendly cavemen who shared their campfire, and the teddy bears even tried to cook some marshmallows on the open flame. They were a little crispy, but they had fun nonetheless. After a thrilling day with the dinosaurs, Teddy called for another time travel adventure. This time, they found themselves in the heart of a medieval castle. Knights in shining armor jousted in the courtyard, and there were jesters entertaining the court with their juggling and funny tricks. The teddy bears couldn't resist joining in on the fun and tried to balance on a rolling barrel. As the day in the medieval times came to an end, the teddy bears gathered their belongings and pressed the button on Teddy's magical watch once more. This time, they arrived in the Old West, where cowboys and cowgirls rode their horses across the dusty plains. The teddy bears even got to join in a game of horseshoes and had a rootin' good time. The adventures continued as they traveled to ancient Egypt, where they saw the magnificent pyramids and met friendly camels. Then they zipped to a time when pirates ruled the high seas and joined a crew searching for buried treasure. But perhaps their most exciting adventure was in a time when they met a young boy named Timmy. Timmy was feeling very lonely and sad, so the teddy bears decided to stay a little longer to befriend him. They played games, had tea parties, and shared stories with Timmy, and soon he was smiling again. When the time finally came to leave Timmy and go back to their own time, the teddy bears knew they had made a real difference in a young boy's life. As they returned to their own time, they were filled with joy and warmth, knowing that they had brought happiness to someone's heart. Back under their favorite oak tree, the teddy bears sat down to enjoy their teddy bears picnic. They shared stories of their adventures and laughed at the fun they'd had. The sky was filled with stars, and the moon was shining brightly, just like when they had started their journey. Teddy stood up once more and said, "Today, we had the most incredible adventure of all, bringing joy and friendship to a young boy. Our time-traveling picnic was truly magical." The teddy bears nodded in agreement, and they all knew that even though their adventures through time were exciting, the most important thing was the love, friendship, and happiness they could share with others. So, under the moonlit sky, they enjoyed their picnic and each other's company, grateful for the magical gift of time travel and the love they had for one another. And as they cuddled up in their soft, fluffy teddy bear beds, they drifted off to dream about more adventures in the days to come.